Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Tech Tuesday, hosted by me again, yours truly, Coach Kane. Um, let's get on with the topic of the day. Start this music. All right. I hope everyone's doing well today. We had a really informative meeting today at the 2 p.m. mastermind hosted by Frank. I think Jamie was not available today, so it was a little bit different. Not sure if any of you guys got a chance to join either in person or through Zoom, but that was really cool. Like all meetings, scan the QR code or click the link I'm about to put in the chat to stay in the loop as far as all these events we host. And that way you do not miss any upcoming ones. Let's see, join. All right, the link is in the chat. You can scan the QR code. You can go to this website down below, or you can click the link in the chat, or you can also email me. You have plenty of ways to stay on top of it, know what's going on at all times, and participate in all these informative meetings we host at the office and on Zoom. Okay, like all meetings, today is no exception. They are recorded, and you can interrupt me at any time. You can raise your hand to ask a question, or you can, write your question in the chat. I'll check there periodically. Yeah, so you can always go to the YouTube channel and rewatch any of the previous meetings you might have missed. And yeah, through the link I put in the chat, you will be notified of that as well whenever we post a new video on there. Okay. All right, so I have a couple questions for you guys today. Let me bring out the good old poll. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this on the screen. This has to do with the topic of the day, actually. Let me know if you guys can see this on the screen. I'm not sure if it's actually live. It's hit or miss, it seems. Do you guys see any polls on the screen? Can anyone put a yes or no in the chat?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. No. I'm going to leave that in the background. Give you guys a chance to answer those. And let's get on. So the previous topic, the previous Tech Tuesday last week, we talked about creating a Google business profile, which is something that was highly requested. Let's see, there are more people joining us tonight. So it's a highly requested topic, creating a Google business profile. And I think it's a very important thing to have. It's free of charge. And as realtors operating our own businesses, it's more important than ever to have an online presence and, build that authority. So when people Google real estate and your name, you ideally want to pop up on those search results. And you don't want all the other realtors to take up, all of that market share of, people who do go online. And by having a Google business profile, you can have pictures of, you with your clients. You can have a description of your business. You can also put your KV Core website on there or any other website you have. You can, give a way for people to reach out to you through Google Messages or text messages and even call you directly. It's very, very powerful. And something else you can do, actually, you can post articles on there, very short updates. It could be market updates, it could be tips on buying or selling, just anything real estate related, honestly. And the more of that you do, the more reviews you collect, and the higher your chances of ranking, at the top of the search results. And nowadays, whenever anyone is looking for anything, I usually start with a Google search. So you want to be, at the top or as high as you can on those search results, and, get those calls and nurture those leads. So that's what we talked about in last Tech Tuesday. And of course, it was a recorded meeting, so you can always go back and rewatch that. Because I know a lot of you guys were having trouble setting that up, or maybe had questions around it. So that is up and ready to be viewed by you guys. All right. So today I've been talking, I mentioned Canva a lot because I use Canva a lot. I think it's one of the best tools out there for us realtors and pretty much anyone that operates a business and needs, content, images, videos, editing tools. Canva is my go-to for almost everything. I start all of my social media posts, usually logging onto Canva, getting some inspiration, some stock photos, stock videos, and templates. And now it's become such an integral part of all of the social media posts I do. I actually ended up purchasing the membership, which just gives you extra premium photos and videos and little tools. But most of Canva is absolutely free. So all you need is an email and a name, and you just sign up and you have access to almost everything on there. Okay. And we'll be talking about just how I go about creating social media posts on there. We'll talk about just a brief overview of how to use Canva for those of you guys who are not familiar with it. And maybe you might learn something that you didn't know before, even if you do use it. And and I'll be happy to hear anyone in here that does use it and has success with it or has some type of process using Canva. Okay, today's meeting
I don't have a process using Canva, but I love using Canva. It's and I don't realize how much time I've spent on it, and I have to remind myself I'm there for a task.
it's yeah, I relate to that. I use it all the time for everything. YouTube thumbnails, Instagram, Facebook, websites, just random photos. It's very, very useful. So,
but it's also a time suck, and it's a lot of frustration when you like something and most of it is all pro content.
Yeah, that is true. That's why I ended up just getting the pro, because I use it so much. If it starts making sense, for you, if you use the program a lot, it could be a good idea to actually get the membership. Because you use it for your business, it can be a business expense at the end of the day that you can deduct on your income taxes. So that's why I ended up just getting it, because the value I get out of it is much more than it actually costs. So yeah, and I ended up actually getting the whole year, the membership for the whole year, which comes out to a little bit less. And for those of you guys who have never used it and you do want to try the premium for any reason, you do have they do give a 30-day free trial also, so you could just try it out. But again, most of the features on Canva, I want to say a good 85% is free. You can create QR codes and so many different things we'll get into. But I do encourage everyone to start using Canva. Okay. Thank you for the share, Sumati. I love Canva also. I'm sure a lot of us do use it in here too. Let's see. Let me close the poll actually. All right. Okay, so before we get started, just a few announcements. Like I said, today we had a different mastermind. We talked about a lot of different things, including NLP, open houses. I think I can't remember if I sent out an email for that, but we did put it on the Facebook group chat. So if you were able to attend that, I'm sure you got a lot of value out of it. If not, you can always connect with me or Frank, and we can give you a recap of what all that was about. But that was really nice to be a part of. Something that's brand new.
You mentioned,
sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry, you said Facebook.
Yes, we do
is
have
it the
Facebook
workplace group or the Facebook?
No, on Facebook, there's a Facebook group there that has that we send these events alerts through. If you're not part of it or never heard of it,
Uh-huh.
um, I will if you do have my contact info, text me and I will add your profile there so you can also be in the group.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and that goes for anyone else in here that's not part of it. Okay, so yeah, we do have a Facebook group chat. And I think Richard created a text group also. So that's just as of today. So I'm not sure if you guys were added to that, but we can talk about all that. So that's going. There's also a new website that I just launched yesterday to make everyone's life a little bit easier. Because I do get a lot of questions about such as this, when are meetings coming up? What events are coming up? What times are different trainings? What's the link to book a one-on-one? And on the website, let me show you guys that. And I'll put the link in the chat too. So by going to this website, you will have all of that information in one place, okay? And I'll just show you really quickly. It'll have all of the trainings we offer, the Tech Tuesdays, Comp Wednesdays. We also have an event coming up next Saturday called Comps, Contracts, and Coffee, hosted by Frank and Renee, who host the Wednesday meetings. So there will be free donuts and free coffee. If you're into that, do show up and maybe learn something on the side. Let me let a few people in here.
Oh, that's a Saturday. That's good. Okay.
Yes. So that is Saturday at 10 a.m. It's going to be 10 a.m. to noon. It's Saturday the 4th, okay, of next month.
Is this website through KV Core, or is this third party?
This is
Website
built
that you
ground
built.
up that I built. Yeah. KV
Oh,
Core
okay.
will not let you do this.
Okay.
It's very limiting once you try to do certain things. But don't get me wrong, KV Core is awesome, but just for lead generation things.
Yeah, no, it's great. It looks good.
Thank you so much. So yeah, on here, you'll be able to see everything that's going on, whether it's the trainings, the live events. I think we have some feedback here. Don't forget to mute yourselves, guys. All right. So yeah, you can see all the upcoming events, trainings, live events, etc. You can RSVP straight from the website. It'll send you confirmation emails, all the relevant links if it's also on Zoom. So it's a great place to go if you're just wondering what's going on, or if you hear about something, it's probably going to be on here. You can also book a free training session. A lot of you guys take advantage of that. I've had a lot of great one-on-ones with you guys about KV Core, social media, the whole 9 yards. That is also available to you here. You can access the YouTube channel, the Facebook group, and a lot of great things coming up, blog articles, social media, you name it. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there, and I'll put the link in the chat. So if you were already receiving email updates from me with these Tech Tuesday links, you're already signed up. But if you were not ever receiving those, you can just go on the website. I just put the link in the chat, and you click the first button you see. It'll say get started. And through that link, you'll be able to sign up and be notified on all of these great events we do host. So yeah, that's the new website. We have an implicit bias training on Thursday at 1 p.m. It will be listed on the website very soon. Comps, contracts, and coffee coming up. And yeah, I've already said this, but now all of the trainings are recorded. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So Frank has a YouTube channel. I'm not sure if he's in the group right now, but I'll try and put the link to that in the chat too. Yeah, so Frank, you need to tell people you have a YouTube now so they can hear your voice on there.
I also have an Atari channel for you older agents.
Wow.
That was a joke. Sorry.
All right. Well, there you have it. So yeah, now you can catch up on everything we talk about and not just Tech Tuesdays. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's open up Canva. And I'm using the application version here. It's going to be the same as the website. It's just going to be an app on my end. I'm actually using Canva right now. So let me exit. So yeah, even these presentations I built are made, with Canva, and that tells you how much I use this. So I'm going to go on the home page. Actually, before we get started here, let me show you how to get to Canva. So for those of you guys who have never used Canva, you want to go to, Google, or maybe just directly canva.com. But I like to start all of my searches using Canva. So through Google, you could type in Canva, and it's going to be, just canva.com. It should be the very first link. I'm going to click on that. And you guys will not already be signed in. So if you don't have an account already, you can just create a new account. Yeah, it should look something like this. It'll say log in or sign up, and you can just sign up using your Gmail, your Facebook, or just your email address right off the bat. Okay. And like I said, 85% of the features on Canva are free of charge. There might just be the odd images you can't get without getting the premium membership, and that's pretty much it. And most often than not, maybe you have your own images you want to work with anyway. So once you create an account, you will see a screen that looks like this. So this is the Canva dashboard here. And let me move to the side. So just before we get started actually building some of the great things we can have on there, let me tell you all of the great things you can do with Canva. There's so many, obviously, we can't cover them on all of them on this meeting. But just to give you an idea, you can create blog templates, open house posts, for sale, social media posts, tips on buying and selling, reminders to people that you're an agent. You can create flyers, tours, listing presentation, real estate brochures, postcards, and much, much more than all that. Okay, so when you do get set up with Canva, what I like to do is don't worry about all of these buttons you see on here. Make your life simpler and just start with pressing on the create design button. Okay, and when you do this, it'll open up this drop down where you can start typing what you're trying to build. And for the sake of this meeting today, we're going to be talking about building Instagram or Facebook Reels, which are basically short videos. So on here, you could just type, Reel, or Instagram, just type in Instagram, whatever platform you're trying to post to, and it will already know what the dimensions necessary to have a good post on there for you. So it knows that for an Instagram post in portrait format, it'll be 1080 by 1350, which is optimized for the phone. You can have a square one, you can have a video format, you can have a profile picture, Reel, a story. I know most of us here have Instagram or Facebook, so you'll know that these are all things you can post on there. And let's say you want to post on Facebook, you could just type Facebook, and just like that, you have plenty of different Facebook posts with different formats you can choose from, and it will be optimized and for that size and for that platform. You could create Facebook ads, Facebook covers, events covers, even fundraiser cover photos, a bunch of different things. So today, one more thing, if you type in real estate here, you have all of these suggestions. You could create a real estate video, a listing presentation for mobile, brochure, and all of that stuff I talked about. So just the search field alone will give you some ideas as far as what kind of content you want to make that day, and you can choose the right format and get started that way. So I'm going to type in Instagram again, and we're going to create an Instagram Reel. Okay, so for those of you guys trying to get more into social media and build a larger following and get build some type of consistency and show people out there what your services are, I recommend posting as many Reels as possible, whether that's Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels. They're basically the same thing. When you post an Instagram Reel and you have a Facebook page also, or a Facebook account, you can have it show on both of the platforms at once. So you don't need to upload it twice. So Facebook and Instagram are owned by, Meta, same company, and they talk to each other. So by creating an Instagram post, you can knock two birds with one stone and also be on Facebook, which is really nice. So I'm going to create an Instagram reel. I'm going to click on here. And then it's going to take us to Canva. Okay, well, we're already on Canva, but now it's taking us to the editor where we can start building that Instagram post. So on here, let me just kind of show you around what all of this does. So at the top here, don't mind all of this. Let me close all of this stuff. You can have multiple tabs of different projects. This is if you're using the app version like I am. But if you're on the web browser, you probably won't see the top side there. So on here, let's get started with these sections. So the most important when you're trying to build an Instagram post, at least as a beginner to this, and you want to make your life a little easier, Canva has this design tab, and I use this almost every single day. I use this religiously. I always come to the design tab, and here you can get a lot of inspiration. So because Canva already knows I'm trying to make a reel, it's going to recommend some templates for me. And these are very, professional templates that you can get inspired off of. And sometimes you could just grab one of these and tweak the text that you see on there. You can tweak the images, you can tweak the videos if you have your own videos. It's very, very nice. So if you scroll through here, you'll see that some of them are pro, which do require a pro membership, but a lot of them also do not. So you can just focus on the ones that do not require that pro membership when getting started. So on here, you can even type in certain things that you're trying to, what kind of posts are you making? So you can make a post about, tips for real estate buyers or sellers. So you can just type tips in here, and it is going to provide you with templates that are more tailored for, posts that are giving tips to people. So if you look over here, I'm going to click on, let's try this one, for example. This one looks nice. So by me clicking on that template, it's going to have multiple pages with different tips. So tip number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the whole thing. So what you'll do is you'll click apply all up there, and then that's going to transfer that template onto your editor. And now you can get started editing all of this. So Canva is doing 90% of the work. All you would have to do here is maybe take a video from Canva itself and change it up to what you're trying to, give tips about. Or you can record yourself and get inspired off of what you see here and just replace the videos. So I'm going to play this just so you see what it looks like. So this post, this is arguably already kind of ready for us realtors because it does relate to, home ownership in some form or another, or real estate altogether. So all you could do is come in here and just start changing up the text, because now you can go through each of these pages manually and then change up the text. So if you wanted to post if you wanted to do a social media post about maybe the top 3 things real estate that buyers need to think of before buying a house, for example, you can just come in here, go to the first page. You can change this 5 over here by double clicking it, and then you can just change this text right here. Change this. You could delete that and then just write the number 3. Let me close this tab over here so it's a little bigger. Okay, looks like I deleted the element altogether here. So what I'm going to show you here is on the left hand side, if you click on text, you can manually add text element to the design. So I can click on add a subheading, a little bit of text, or click on one of these templates over here that it gives me. But I'm just going to choose a regular one. And then I'm going to type the number 3. We're going to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to click on the 3, and you can change the font size over here. Let me make it about 75, I think. There we go. And I can move this using my mouse into wherever I want on the screen, to be honest. And now I can even change the color using the toolbar up here back to what it was. Okay. So just like this, you can click on all of these fields and just type in whatever you want. I'm going to leave tips, moving house without stress. That's fine. And maybe you have your own video. Maybe you're replicating what the person in the video is doing here. What you can do is Canva also has a video tab on the left-hand side here. If you click on video, you can actually search for certain videos on Canva, or if you have your own, there's an upload tab on the left-hand side as well. And here you can upload all of your media, and you can include that in the post itself. So for instance, I recorded this video with Frank, actually. I'm going to put this on here. So all you have to do is click the upload and then choose the file from your computer, and then it's going to pop up over here. Okay. Once you do, you can click on the video, drag and drop it into your Canva editor. And now all of a sudden,
for first-time home buyers.
Frank is, you know,
What are you
the
waiting for?
subject
Go out
of
there and
the
talk to a
video. Let me
lender.
pause this.
There's no
So Frank is now talking about the 3 tips for real estate buyers. So instead of us doing this about, you know, moving, we'll change all of this text very simply by clicking on the text box and then just changing this. So I'm going to put 3 tips for real estate, and I'll put buyers in the blue box. And here you can change the size of the text around so that it fits the way you want it to very easily. And I'm going to remove the stress part altogether. There we go. So if I start playing this now.
tips for first-time home buyers. What are you waiting for? Go out there and talk.
So this is a more complex template, but just to show you guys what you're able to do using Canva for free, this is already a very powerful tool as is based on what we just did here. This would require a lot of knowledge and, you know, editing, but using Canva, you can do this very, very simply just by leveraging the templates and just editing what you see there. So all we did here is just change the video in the background. We changed the text that was already there, and that was all. Okay, it looks like Misty, you have a question. Go for it.
Yeah, can you change the music, and then can you make the music lower so that it doesn't drown out Frank?
Yeah, for sure. And that is a very important point you bring up. You want to make sure your message is audible. You don't want to drown people in the music you choose. People might not like it. So what you can do is, if we look at the bottom here, you have a little timeline of your video. Let me move this bar out of the way. You have a little timeline at the bottom there. So the purple bar represents the audio, the music that you have on the video. Okay, so by me clicking on here, I can right click, and then you have a volume option. So if I click volume, you can now change how loud the audio of the video is. I usually leave it at 1, because even at 1, sometimes for me, it's still a little loud. I mean, sometimes anything above 1 is tremendously loud for me. So I just like to leave mine at 1. It's still faintly audible in the background. It's nice, but you do have the main subject as the main, you know, vocals of the video, if that makes sense. So now that, you know, I've right-clicked it, clicked on volume, and then set it at 1, we're going to replay this. I'm going to move the cursor back to the beginning of the video and then press play.
Tips for first-time home buyers. What are you waiting for? Go out there and talk to
So
a
it's
lender.
still faintly in the background. So it's, all of the audios are going to be different. So you kind of want to play around with this until it's, you know, whatever it is you like. And that's how you do that, Misty. There you go.
Tips for first-time home buyers. What are you waiting for? Go out there and talk to a lender. There's nothing to be afraid.
I don't know if this is the music for this, but just so you guys know how to do this, this is how you would go ahead and change the volume on Canva with the audio. So sometimes you don't even want all of the audio to play. Maybe you want a specific portion of the music to be over the video. If you go down to your timeline, you can actually go to the edge or the end of the audio, or maybe even the video. You can kind of clip by clicking and how do you call this motion? You click on the end, it'll give you this little mouse icon. Once you see this, you can press and hold and actually crop or clip portions of the audio. You could do the same with the video, okay? So once you do, now you notice the music's gonna start a little bit later instead of the beginning, if you see the audio waves. So maybe I wanted to start right off the bat. So I'm gonna clip it up to here. And then now I can go all the way to the beginning of the video, and I'm gonna match the music to the beginning of my video. So I could just click on the audio and then drag it to the beginning. So now everything is synced up and matching perfectly. And now just like that,
Tips
there
for
you go, it
first-time
goes
home
straight into the
buyers.
music.
What are you waiting for? Go out there and talk to a lender.
Awesome. So that is how you do that. Is there any other questions before we move on? I want to show you guys other examples. This one's a little bit more complex, but I just really wanted to show you guys how you can utilize templates and tweak things around to make your own video. How are we doing, guys? All right. So you can change the audio if you don't like the one that's on there, obviously. There's a music tab or audio tag, if you will, on the left-hand side. And through here, you can scroll through a wide variety of, music choices. You can even choose what category, what kind of music you want to add on there, or you can search altogether what you prefer, okay? So if we didn't want this audio, you could just click on it on the timeline, and then you can press the delete key, or you can right click also, and then you can delete track. That works. And then you can choose your own audio on the left-hand side here. So let's see, maybe we wanted to play some piano. I'll click on the piano tab and then just choose any of these songs right here. All I would have to do is just click on it, and then it'll just transfer that to my timeline. Very easy. And then I can just drag it and match it to the beginning of my video. Like that.
Tips for first-time home buyers.
Just like that. It's a little bit sadder, but that's how you change audio on there. Okay, you can do some really neat posts leveraging Canva and adding audios and adding different graphics using the templates. So that's how you change the music. And now you also know how to change this audio on the music. I'm going to turn this back down. And yeah, so let's go ahead and try another template just to solidify what we just did right now. So let's see here.
Hey, while you're looking, can you
Yeah.
upload your own music? Not that I know how to do any of this. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, for sure. You can upload your own music. If you go to the uploads tab right here, you could just upload any file, whether it's a photo, a video, or an audio track. You can upload all of that here, and they will be categorized under images, videos, and audio, and you can always find them there. These are some of the ones I uploaded myself.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you could do that. Something else you can leverage Canva with is maybe doing, let's look for open house. Right now I'm under the design tab, okay? This is gonna be your best friend when you get started. Don't worry about creating everything from scratch. So I'm gonna delete all of this. I'm gonna delete this video. I'm gonna delete all of these tips. We're gonna do another one together. Take out the music. All right. So let's go into the design tab here. Maybe we're about to host an open house, and you want to post a Instagram post that's going to, showcase your open house, and you want people to come over and you know, talk about the home and see if they would like it or not. So I'm going to type open house in here. I'm going to press enter, and it's going to give me a few suggestions here. Okay, so let's try the first one. I'm going to click on here. And again, you can click apply at the top. And now this is what this post looks like. This one does not have any music, but you can see it already has open house written, and it has all of the details about the property, and it also has a date section that we can edit. So if you like this, if you choose one that you like, remember you could just click on it, just change up the text. If you don't have, if you don't want any of the information on there, obviously you can click and just delete, it'll remove it. Yeah, and if we skip to the other page, just like so, you can click on any text box. Maybe your property is, you know, instead of 3-bedroom, it's 4. So I'm going to change the 3 here to a 4. Maybe it's, you know, 1,600 square feet, just like that. Maybe it's not on September 15th. Maybe it's not next year. Maybe it's February 1st. You can change all of this very easily. First, just like that. And yeah, you could tweak the text, and you can add more text if you want to get more complex with it. But as a start, I encourage you to just use the designs you see on there, just to not confuse yourself. Start very slow. Just start using some of the designs there and just tweak things around and post your own videos using those up there. Okay. And remember, you don't have to use the videos in the back. Maybe you have your own listing that you took a video for. So you would go into your uploads tab. You would upload a video of that, you know, property, or videos you took with your phone maybe, and you can put that in the background there, which would work just fine. I don't have any videos, I don't think. So let's just say I have a quick video of the office here. Let me put this on there. So very simple. All I did is just drag and drop. And just like that, now there's an open house here at the Long Beach office. I can put that address in here, and yeah, just do the same with maybe another clip in the second section of this post. And once you change all of that up, the way to save the video is you go to the share button at the top right, and then you could just click on download. And then you want to make sure it's an MP4 video, because you can save this as other formats. You can save it as a GIF, you can save it as a PNG image, a JPEG. But if you want a video, you're going to have to make sure MP4 video is selected. And then you can click download here, and it'll download it to your computer, ready for you to post it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is you want to post it. Okay, so this is another example. So let's do it. Let's try another one here. I'm going to go back to the designs tab, and let's delete open house. Let's type in home. Okay, here we have even more template ideas we can play around with. So if you see, there's a free one here called new listing. So let's say maybe you just got a brand new listing and you want to post that on social media, as you should, you know, advertise it. So again, just click on that template, just like this. You want to apply it to your editor by clicking the apply both pages, or however many there are. And just like that, it'll be here on the right-hand side. You can play it down here to see what it looks like already. Let me go to the beginning. There you go. And instead of this video in the background, obviously you would put your video. And maybe it's not even your listing. Maybe it's a colleague's listing and you want to advertise it as well with their consent, of course. You can just come here, just change up all the details, because all of the text is, you can edit all of the text you see on here. So you could put, instead of a contemporary home, maybe it's a modern home. Okay. I could type that in here. Maybe it's not this price. Maybe it's $600,000. So I'll put 600,000 here. And maybe remove this button. If you don't like it, you could keep it there. You can make it bigger. You can pretty much edit everything you see here on Canva. Okay, and then you can move on to the next tab. And here you can type in the address, put your own number, maybe change up the logo. And yeah, here you have another post ready to go on Instagram or Facebook. This is yet again another example here. Okay, let's do one more, and then I'll show you other types of posts you can do on social media using Canva for free. Do we have any questions so far? Has anyone used Canva to create any posts that they want to share? How are we doing? Delete this one. Right. So it does not always have to be images. You can also do photo, posts. So I'm going to delete home here. Actually, no, home is a good keyword. It'll give us a lot of different things. You guys can also be posting quotes on there. And remember, with social media, it's a game of consistency and a game of volume. You don't want to stress too much about the quality when you're beginning. You just want to have as much content out there as possible to start gaining traction and start getting engagement on there. So it doesn't always have to be video. Not everyone's comfortable, recording themselves and, talking about real estate or anything else for that matter. You can just post nice quotes, advice on buying, tips, tricks. All of that is valuable information that someone would want to click on and read about. Let's see here. So yeah, this template right here is just a quote. You can change this up. And right now it's playing as a video. You could do the best investment you can make on earth is earth. I love that quote. You could type that in here, etc. So everything is changeable on here. And then you can just go ahead and click the share, save that, and then that's another type of post you can put on Instagram. And also make sure that there's no stock content whenever you post. You want to make sure it says your name everywhere, your website, your Instagram, and you can always add extra information on top of it. Okay, you have interior design templates. I can put these, and you can add multiple tabs. It's very, very powerful. I'm gonna go through, let's see what else we could talk about here.
So once you complete your post,
Yeah.
you just go to share and then share it through Instagram, or how does that?
Yes, so you can either download it to your computer or download it to your phone, because there is a Canva app on your phone. You can do all of this on your phone actually while you're on the go. You can save it to your camera roll or your photos app on your actual phone, and then just go to the Instagram or Facebook app and just share it like any other post. Or you can actually connect your social media account directly with Canva. I don't remember if I have mine. So if you click on the share, there's a share on social button right here. I'm going to click on that. And through here, you can click on what platform you want to set as post this on. So if it was Instagram, you could just click on Instagram. And then you can choose whether you want to schedule it or whether you want to post it immediately from the mobile app. You could click continue. And then I guess you scan this QR code and then it'll walk you through posting that. I have not done it this way. I always download it first just to have it on my phone. But it looks like, you can also do that too. Okay. So you have both options there. And you have a lot of different places you can post this on. Looks like even LinkedIn is here. And yeah, there you go. And all of this is free. The only paid feature here is just scheduling the post. But you could go around that by just waiting to post it whenever it is you were actually trying to post it. So there you go. So you can share that there. All right, let's go back here. Do we have any other questions? Righty. So let me show you guys what other kind of content you can create using Canva. So I'm going to go back here. So when you go on Canva, again, this is the screen you get greeted with. This is what you can, this is what you see. So you can go to create design again, and you can start typing what kind of platform you're posting to or what kind of media you're trying to create. And Canva will automatically generate a bunch of templates for you that you can edit. So let me see which one I told you guys. So let's say we wanted to create a flyer. Okay, you want to print a flyer for your open house. So instead of typing Instagram in here like we did before, you can just go ahead and type flyer in here. Okay, and yet again, it's going to show us plenty of different formats. If we want a portrait, a landscape flyer, an auction flyer, missing flyer if your cat's missing or someone else, you can do all of that here. It has templates for days. So let's try a portrait flyer here. I'm going to click on this. And just like that, if you look on the left-hand side, here are plenty of amazing and beautiful flyers you can use immediately. Some of them will be on the pro versions, but a lot of them will also be free. So this one, for example, is a free flyer you could use. And if you have photos of your listing or whatever property you're doing an open house for, if you have photos of those, remember there's an upload tab once you get to the screen. You can put all of those photos here. I don't know if, oh yeah, this is actually one of the properties me and Frank did an open house at. So I'm gonna grab one of these photos and I'm just gonna drag them over this photo right here. Just like that, I'll put another photo, just replace all of the ones you see. Very, very easy. I'll drag the kitchen also in here. And just like that, I just have to change the price, the criterias, you know, not the criterias, the amount of bedrooms, bathrooms, and all the different amenities that come with the property, and maybe change the website down here. And just like that, you've made a flyer for your property in just seconds. So it's very, very powerful.
And do you need to include all the disclaimers that were required?
Yeah, so you can also add on to this by going to the text section and just, so for example, let's see here, I'm going to add a heading. So you can rearrange some of this information and just start typing all of those disclaimers, your DRE number, maybe add a photo of you as well. So let me actually show you how I would go about doing that. Okay, if you go to the Elements tab, here you can type in frame. So you can create a little frame, maybe a little circle box or a square box to put your photo in. This is optional, but I like to always include photos inside of frames. So I'm going to grab this frame, for example. I'll drop it onto my design, make it a little bit smaller. Okay. And let's get rid of some of this stuff just to show you how I would go about doing that. And you can easily start spending hours just to perfect your Canva post. So just don't try to make it too perfect. Otherwise you'll be here for days. Sometimes I stress over a lot of my posts, but remember, try not to be too quality focused when you begin. Just try to push out as much content as you can. But this is how I would add an image. I'll put a frame. I'll go to my uploads. And maybe let's grab this photo of Frank here. He's going to be our test subject. And then we'll go back to the text. And we can start adding all of that information that needs to be on there. So you can type your name, Frank Caceres. You can type your DRE number. Let's just put a random number in there. And then you could type the property details. You could type, you can even put a QR code that leads to all of the other details you want people to see. Okay, but this is how I would go about that. And I think, Cecilia, were you the one who asked the question, maybe? I think so.
Yes,
So,
thank you. Yeah.
yeah, so you can add all of that missing information manually this way, or you can just find a template that has a field for that already looks nice and built out for you. So you do have the option to customize this from ground up, but I encourage you guys to save yourselves a lot of time by leveraging the designs that are already on there. Let me show you the QR code. That's one of my favorite things to use KV Core. I mean, not KV Core, Canva for. I say KV Core so much nowadays. Let me grab the QR code. So you can scroll down on the left-hand side here, and you should see QR code. Okay, if you click on QR code, all you have to do is type in whatever URL or website you want people to get taken to when they scan that QR code. So let's say I wanted them to go to my website. I could just type, you know, my website in here, my web address, and then it'll generate a QR code. So now I'll click on the generate QR code button, and it'll put it right on my design. I can change this, the size of this, place it where I want it to go. And just like that, if anyone was to grab this flyer and see this QR code and they scan it, they'll get taken to my website. Something else you could do is, let me get rid of this one. Since you do have this listing, it's probably on the MLS. You can go to the MLS, grab a link to this listing, paste it in this field, and then when they scan the QR code, they will get taken straight to the MLS to see more photos, maybe even videos on there. And that's a really neat shortcut you can also do. And people love to scan QR codes whenever they see them. So I would leverage this as well. I use it all the time. Okay.
Can you change that green color if you wanted to?
Yeah, all you have
Okay.
to do is click on it. If you click on it, you'll see at the top here, you'll get more options. So
Okay.
there's a little green box here. I could just click on it and just change that to whatever I like. There you go. And if I wanted to change this one too, all you got to do is click on whatever you see, and you can just change the color to whatever you like. So yeah, everything can be edited. It just takes some getting used to if you don't use Canva too much, but find a design you like. Let's say we wanted to use this one. I'm going to click on it and I'll replace this one. Maybe you don't like this color. So I'm going to click on, you know, everywhere I see that color, I'll just change it to maybe this one. And just like that, you have yourself, what do you even call this color? Yeah, I'll call it red or magenta. And you can change this around to whatever you like, just like this. And anywhere you see text, just click on it. And we call it Misty Estates. Just like that. And I'll put a little break right here. And you can center your text by selecting it just like you would on a Word document. So I'll select everything and just center it like this. Put your little logo right here. And there's a logo tab here also. Or if you don't have it under the logo tab, if you don't upload your logo under the logo tab, you can still upload it under the uploads tab like we talked about before. You can find it here and then you can just put it there. But I have my logos under the logo tab. Let me go back there. You just drag and drop that on here. Oops. Put it right here. I'll make it a little smaller. I'll delete the one that's on here. And just like that, you have your logo there. Again, you can change all of the images. Just drag and drop your own on there if you have any. I can't remember where mine are. There they are. I can drag this one here. I can drag this room here. It's very, very simple. Drag this from here. Just like that, you can change up all the text and you have yet again another custom flyer for your open house or real estate property for sale. You can change all the description, the website, the phone number. And Canva actually lets you print these straight from Canva. So you can go to the share. No, not the share, sorry. Right next to share, you'll see print flyers. So if you click here, you can actually design, you know, what kind of paper you want to use, whether or not you want to put something on the back, how many do you want? And I don't know how much flyers usually go for. I'm not sure if this is too expensive or well priced, but you can do all of that straight from here and actually have it delivered to you or pick it up at a FedEx or a UPS, which is really neat. I think I actually made my business card on Canva and I had them made and delivered to me, and they were relatively cheap. So that is something you can do on here too. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions about how to build anything on Canva or how to use a specific feature?
Does Canva have that little equal housing logo and the little R for realtor in there uploaded?
That's a good question. I didn't check myself. I kind of uploaded that image on my own.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, does Canva have the equal housing opportunity logo and the realtor logo and all those, you know, logos we use as realtors? I don't think they do. Let me see here. I'll go to photos. Let's type in equal opportunity. Yeah, no, it's probably not going to have it. You would have to upload those yourself in the uploads tab. I have them somewhere here because I searched for them on, yeah, there you go. So you can have the realtor one, you can have the MLS one, and the equal opportunity is right here. So you would just have to find the file on Google and then just download them to your computer, upload them, and then just put them back here on Canva. And then you can put them on there. So just like that, I could drag these here and just have them be part of my design. So that's a good question. And yeah, make sure you have those on there if you want to display that you're part of those organizations and that you support equal housing, especially the EXP one. So EXP has a website where you can download all of the logos and different variations of the EXP image. Okay. So yeah, that was a good question. Does anyone else have any other questions? How to build something or how to use a specific feature on here? We're looking good. I think most of you guys have Canva. Most of you guys in here have told me you use it in some form or another. I'm not sure if you were aware of the design tab, but I do encourage you to start using this more. And you can type in, you know, all sorts of keywords in here to help you find designs. Okay, put open house in here. And here we have even more open house flyers. So let me try this one. There you go. So you can have this, have an image of your open house, change all of this up with your own details, and you're ready to print or share it on social media. Here's another one. You know, there's so many different variations. Yeah, sometimes you could just come in here, not knowing what you want to post. And when you scroll through these, it'll give you even more ideas and you can kind of go towards a whole other path that you didn't originally come here for, which happens to me all the time when I use Canva. So you have so many options using this program. And I use it all the time. How are we doing? Any lasting questions? I think we just hit the hour mark here. Is there any questions that you guys had about Canva? There are no stupid questions. All questions count. Does anyone
I
know?
have none.
You can ask what Canva is. That's also fine. What is it?
I don't have any, but it's this is all good.
Mhm.
It's a matter of practicing and
True.
going through it, and not, like you said, not spending a lot of time, because I'm doing that right now and it's like very enticing. I
Yeah,
mean, there's a
yeah.
lot of things you could do. So yeah, I could see why you have to really focus on what you're supposed to do.
Definitely. So yeah, just try to post as much as you can. And already all of the templates on there look very, very well made. Just hop on there, find one you like, change up the images, change up the text, save it. And if you have time, I think it's realistic to do at least 3 or 4 of these every single week and just post them out, you know, on a consistent basis on social media. And if you have a nice enough description, put some hashtags on there, post them on there, and then you'll start gaining traction over time. Because when you want to build a following online, you can't just post one thing for 3 months and then just post another for 6 months later. It's not going to work like that. You need to be consistent and actively put posts out there. And at some point, you'll get so many followers and so much engagement that you might be, you know, you might start getting leads only from that source and just have struggle keeping up with that. But it all takes consistency and yeah, just got to keep doing it.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, what is it?
I did was practicing doing those city reports, and they all have the same picture. So if I did whatever city I chose, and I posted on my site, different name, same picture. Is it possible to change the picture?
On, I want to make sure I understand.
All right, so
are
I
you-
did. I
yeah,
was practicing doing some picking some cities
okay,
to and doing a report. Like one of the cities in my area said Whittier, and I
sure,
wanted to do a Whittier report. And so I
okay,
went through it, blah blah blah, built it,
okay,
sent it out. You know, they go, oh, wait a minute, let me try another city. So
okay,
I got another city,
okay.
same picture. So
How
I
are you
have
building the
two
report?
cities with the same picture. Not that the picture didn't matter that much, it
Uh-huh.
didn't, but the fact that it's just the same.
Right.
Is there any way that that can be changed, modified or something?
Yeah. Well, tell me how are you building the report? Is that through KV Core, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah, so when you build a report, let me see. Are you sure you're not doing search alerts? Because I actually not even. Let me see here. Let's
Well,
go
I'm
to,
looking at them. I did a bunch of them, and there's a point in it. I was just following instruction, blah blah blah, and it's if you do it right here, it'll go right to your
yeah, I think I
it'll
know
go
what
right
you're
to your
talking about.
Facebook page. And I go, okay. And
I think
so
I know
I
what you're talking about.
created it,
Mm-hmm.
pressed Facebook, and there it
Mhm.
was. It's fantastic. So I did it again. Only thing is
So,
different is this is the city. So
right,
I've done 3 of them. When I looked at it, I said, oh, well, just practice. Um, just to see if I
for
could
sure.
put more than one up.
For sure. So when you're choosing a city, I assume this is the page you're on, you choose your location, the listing type and everything on KV Core.
Okay.
When you set all of your criterias,
Yeah,
the field that's going to decide what photo shows
yeah.
is this section where it says Facebook cover photo. Okay.
Oh no.
So if you click here, you can choose, specific listing. You can choose a random one, so it'll pick one at random from your search results. Or you can use the highest priced photo, the lowest priced photo, or use a recent listing from our agency. So
All right.
if you need to come in here and choose which one it is. So you most likely didn't play around with that.
Okay, I'll
But
play around with that. That was a really good answer. And
yeah.
one more question. Well, no, I'll get you
Mhm.
on. This is not has nothing to do with that. But okay. Yep. Oh, I know. I also did well, it's too complicated for me. I'd have to show you. But okay,
Okay.
I'll get you one-on-one for it and we'll
Okay.
get to it. But thank you for that. I'll appreciate that.
Yeah, you're very welcome for sure. So that's that. Any other questions? Maybe something about KV Core or Canva that we just did here? All right. I think we are all now experts somewhat in Canva also, in addition to KV Core. Amazing. So yeah, guys, to close out, remember, now you can go to the website. The link is in the chat to access all of the meetings, all of the events, book a one-on-one, access the YouTube channel. So it's going to be one place for everything. So you won't have to remember how to get to the YouTube, how to book a one-on-one, and all of that stuff. So
All right,
everything's
that's
going
the
to be
one
on
you
this.
you put in the chat, right?
It's the last link on the chat. That's right. That's right. So
All right, I'm gonna try it
also,
right now.
don't
RATNA, right now.
awesome. So if you guys, I don't know how many of you guys are signed up in the email campaigns that, tells you what we're talking about in these meetings, but now you'll notice at the bottom, there's a go to our site button. So if you click on that, you'll end up right here. Okay, I have a different way of sending those out now. I'll be able to add more information so that you guys can be always informed and take advantage of all of these resources we do
Oh, there
offer.
it is.
Okay. So with that being said, I want to give it one more chance. Any more questions before we call it a night? All right, I think we're doing good. Thank you guys so much for coming to another Tech Tuesday. Again, this will be uploaded on YouTube for you guys to watch. I will send you an email when it is up, or you'll maybe get an email from YouTube when it's uploaded. But with that being said, you guys have a wonderful night, and we'll see you for comp training with Renee Oliva tomorrow at 8 p.m.